guys, it's Yaykay. How's it going today? Whew, man, this weather has been kind of a drag. Don't get me wrong, I prefer rain over snow. Because I know it's not technically, it's end of October. We've had snow before Halloween before in Minnesota, so I'm not really it's not like it's new. But I'm happy it's not here yet. It's supposed to happen on Saturday, so in 2 days we're supposed to get some snow. And then Halloween's on Tuesday, and so it's like, oh no. Because it's been super nice. It's been in the 50s or whatnot, as a fall should be. But unfortunately on Halloween night it's going to be a high of 34. And I'm so bummed. I won't lie, because last year I had so much fun because it was 50s. I swear it was 50s last year. Or 48 overnight or something really nice and warm. Our version of warm. But I had I can't remember if it was 160 or 180 kids last year. That is my record. The year before, it was probably 100 less. And so this year, I'm always the full candy bar house. I've been doing this for 3 years. Am I on year 3? I think I'm on year 3. So I've been doing this for 3 years, and I love to be the full candy bar house, because when I was a kid, that if the house gave away a full candy bar or a can of pop, you remembered where those houses were. So I want to be that house. So it almost didn't happen this year because I am technically scheduled to work on Halloween. But my boss was nice enough to take my shift. Actually, it ended up being a coworker of mine who took it, so I kind of feel bad. But it was I decorate my house on the outside for Halloween like crazy. I have different themes I go through, and this year's a new theme. So the first year I was at my house, I did a Nightmare Before Christmas theme, and that was new for me. But I used, I have a graveyard. I had a blacklight graveyard theme that I think that was the first one I ever made 10 years ago. And I used the gravestones and stuff for the Nightmare Before Christmas theme. Because that's very Nightmare Before Christmas, throw up a graveyard. And then I had, I had these, I don't know if they're I don't want to say sculptures, because that's not right. But basically it was these hanging replicas of Sally and Jack. And then I had an inflatable Boogie Woogie with the 3 minions under him. And then I had some stuff that was projected on the porch and things like that. It was pretty cool. Maybe if I can find the video, maybe I'll add the video to that so you can see it. And then the second year I did, what did I do second year? Oh, brain fart. Oh my god, I forgot what it was. I mean that. Well, anyway, it'll come back to me. So this year I did spiders, which was kind of a new theme, because I had used I guess I had kind of used some of that stuff for some of the graveyard theme, maybe. So I think maybe that's, but I decided to do just spiders. So I have 2 inflatable spiders and some fake spider webs and stuff. I really wanted to put up some black lights for it, but I really couldn't figure out, because I have a couple floodlights that I use, and I couldn't really quite figure out the science of that right away, just to get bulbs for it that would work, that were, weather resistant, So it was just, and plus, it's pretty bright on my block, so I'm not even sure if the black light would have worked. I think my yard has too much light on it, so I don't think it would have worked out anyway. So it's not as bougie this year as I prefer, but that's okay. It's still fine. It's fine. I decorated, but it's still not as oh wow, look at that yard. It doesn't. I don't feel like it has the wow factor this year, but that's okay. Next year I'm going to do pirates. So that's a theme I already have done before at previous locations. So next year it's going to be pirates. God, I'm just racking my brain for what it was last year. Derping out so... Oh, skeletons! Got it. It was skeletons. And it was skeleton everything. So I bought... Home Depot last year had... I don't know if they had it this year. But last year they had a box of 6 skeletons. Like the full 6-foot ones. Or 5-foot. They're either 5 or 6 feet. It was a 6-pack. You could buy a 6-pack. And it was, to me, it was only $120. Because sometimes some of those skeletons are 60 to 80 bucks a piece. A piece! So, like, if you're lucky, it's like Target has like the $40 version. But still, that's a great deal. So I got 6 for like 120 bucks. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But either way, even if it was for 200, it was a steal. And so I had that shipped to Home Depot last year, and that was so cool to pick those up. So last year was skeleton everything. So I had skeletons all over my yard. And then I had air blown. I had 3 air blowns. So like I think, I'm trying to remember what the main one was. Trying to remember. I think it was an inflatable demon dog. Like, it was just skeleton. And then on Halloween night, I parked my car in my driveway, and then I attached a skeleton cat that kind of looked like it was ready to pounce. So I put that on top of my car. And then I also put up they called it an inflatable dragon. That was, you would hang up to, like, so it looked like it was kind of, not like it was flying, so it wasn't like this way, it was like up like this, like it's like, hey. So it was more vertical. Not very big. It was, well, I mean, when you think dragon, I think big. So this one was like 4.5 feet long. So to me that, you know, so I hung that up in front of my, in the display on Halloween night. And then I also put up my Reaper that greeted people. So it was a pretty good setup last year. People were super impressed by that one. So that one was really good. So it's kind of like you have your work cut out for you when you keep putting the bar so high. So that's why I was like, yeah, I mean, this year's just okay. It's fine. But what's cool is that there's a guy down the street that he decorates for Halloween too, but he only decorates on Halloween night. Which is interesting, because it's like, I can't personally see myself making all the effort Halloween night and then taking it down the day after. That sounds like a pain. But I love that he decorates as bad, like, not as bad, but as much as I do. So that's refreshing. So it's nice to have someone on my block who also does that. And I don't know if this other house is new, but if you, like, go north a block, there's another house that has this awesome display where it, like, they even have it's kind of like a hazmat suit theme. So there's actually like a chemical barrel in their yard, and they have like this, looks like a person in a hazmat suit standing behind it. And then there's like someone next to them in another hazmat suit. It's actually pretty cool, and that one's a black light one, so that one's pretty nifty looking. Because he has those people have a small yard like mine. Because our yards aren't exactly huge. So we just kind of use the space that we have. But it was like, dude, it was cool. So it's kind of cool that we have, like, we're going to have really, 3 really nicely decorated houses in our vicinity. Even just the block east, there's this cute display a guy did where it looks like the ghost is floating. It looks really good. So I feel like we have a decent amount. Because last year we had so many kids, people were not prepared. Like, we were so surprised how many kids we got last year that we saw most of this, you know how, like, people put your porch lights on to let you know that the candy is available? Everyone's porch light was off by 8 p.m. last year, except me and the other Halloween guy on my east side. We were the only ones who still had candy. And the only reason why I had candy was because I left my sister there to go get more because I had bought full candy bars, right? But I mean, I based my numbers on the previous year, so I only expected like 80 kids tops. So I think I bought like 100 bars or whatever. And then I bought like a box of chips and a box of like, you know, the Sam's Club box of chips and like a, you know, with the variety pack. And I also bought a box of like variety cookies. And those were I had for backups because my sister, a friend, and I would have eaten those if we hadn't gotten rid of them or whatever. But we went through them. We went through all that stuff, and we're like, we're going to still run out. So I had to run to Walgreens to get just regular fun-sized candy bars, because otherwise I was going to run out of candy. And I was like, no! So I ran to the grocery store, to Walgreens, to get more. And so if my sister hadn't been there, I would have been out of candy, and I would have been super sad. So, yeah, so this year I have 180 candy bars, full-size candy bars, but it's going to be colder this year, so I think that's going to be plenty, because that's what I did last year, and the weather was great. I mean, it's not going to rain, as far as I can tell, so that's good, but 34 for a high that day is just bad news bears, so I'm kind of sad. But I know people will be out because there's still diehard trick-or-treaters out there. And I don't care how old you are. I really don't appreciate people who shun, you know, the people who are older who trick-or-treat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if they're trick-or-treating. That is like the silliest thing to be angry about. It's like, really? I just think that's petty. I mean, people always, you know, people always say, like, the defense is that, well, they could be out spray painting and doing other, you know, teenagey things that is not maybe the best thing to do. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't think you should have to defend yourself for having a good time. I mean, if you dressed up and made an effort, even if you just put a mask on and have a pillowcase, I'm going to give you a candy bar. Like, you tried. If you just come up with a pillowcase, I'm going to be like, are you serious? But if you at least put on a mask, or you, like, you know, put some fingerprints on your face and was like, I've been through hell. I don't care. Just that you did something. I don't think it... And it's like, of course, I also offer the adults who are trick-or-treating a candy bar with their child or whatever. Because it's like, share and share alike. Come on, it's a holiday. That's the point of the holiday, is to have a good time. There's no reason to shun anybody for having fun. Oh, it drives me nuts. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. It's kind of high up there. But so we'll see how this Halloween goes. I have high hopes, but it's thanks to my bingo staff, thanks to them for helping me be able to be home for Halloween so I can hand out candy bars. Because otherwise I was going to have to hire somebody, and I was literally going to pay someone to hand out candy bars at my house, because I don't want to be the house that decorates to the nines and then on Halloween night doesn't hand out anything. Like, I would have felt so scummy. I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. So I didn't, and I don't have to, and I'm very thankful. So remember, next year, my bartending gig, I'm going to have to be off on Halloween next year. Because I'm going to have to be home for Halloween. I'll have to put my requests off in. Like right now. So yeah, so that's what's going on for my Halloween. Trying to go to a party Friday and Saturday, but it's like, oh my gosh. Going to parties Friday, Saturday. If I go to a party Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday I'm going to the Dead End Hayride up in Wyoming, Minnesota. It's one of my favorites. But it's just like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a packed weekend. I'm gonna be exhausted. I'm gonna be so tired. Oh, it'll be fun. Okay. Whew. We'll have to get some good sleepies today. It's so cloudy. I'm so sleepy. But all right, so that's what I'm gonna do for Halloween. So let's get that rolling, and I'll try to put up some videos if I get some footage of my Halloween displays for you. All right, well, I will see you later. Hugs and kisses. Okay, so I looked at the weather again at Halloween. Just a little quick update. So apparently, now it's going to be a high of 37 on Halloween, but it's going to snow in the morning. And I'm like, no. Like Saturday, it's going to snow, like I said, but it's like little to no accumulation. But then on Halloween, it's going to snow again in the morning. But I have a feeling it's going to be very little, and it's just going to like melt as the day goes on. But I was like, oh, shoot, really? Snow. Oh, man, really? And then the next day, it's like 46 for a high. And I'm like, I want the swapsies. So I just wanted to update you on the weather. Oh my God, it's going to snow that morning. I really hope it melts. It's got to melt. I need kids. That sounds weird. I need kids. I need kids at my door to take my candy, which even sounds even creepier. But you know what I mean. Oh my God. Oh my God. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.